Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital spoilers for Tuesday, September 17. Molly and Sonny clash. Plus, Alexis has a warning. General Hospital, GH, spoilers for Tuesday, September 17 reveal Sonny Corinthos, Morris Bernard, and Molly Lansing Davis, Kristen Vaginos, have words. And that's probably putting it mildly. Meanwhile, Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Gran, words Christina Corinthos Davis, Kate Mancy, plus Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watros, and Sasha Gilmore, Sophia Matson, share a moment. Here's what you need to know. First, General Hospital spoilers indicate Sonny challenges Molly. This should be, well, fun might not be the word for it. Molly is obviously convinced that Sonny killed John Jagger Cates, Adam Harrington. So she'll obviously call him out about letting her mother possibly take the fall for him. Sonny, of course, won't take well to this and might just unload a lot of frustrations on her. Especially if he finds out Molly told the PCPD Christina was unaccounted for the night of the murder. Elsewhere, Alexis makes a big sacrifice. Sounds like someone's willing to go down for murder if needed. Of course, Christina isn't happy about the idea. We know from the weekly she'll talk about confessing. This could happen Tuesday, September 17, because Alexis will warn her daughter not to take this further. This mess is getting worse by the day. We seriously do wonder if this might end up being Sonny's last stand. There is no way he's going to let either his daughter or Alexis go to jail for his crime. If all else fails, he may feel he has no choice but to turn himself in. Finally, Nina shares her feelings with Sasha. We assume this has something to do with Drew Kane, Cameron Matheson, and the election. In the promo, Sasha says, "With you in his corner, I don't see how he can." So it sounds like she's encouraging Nina in her efforts to get closer to Drew. There is probably another motive as well. If we remember correctly, Sasha knows about the Kiss Willow, and Drew shared at the Quartermains. Given her friendship with Willow Tate, Caitlin McMullen, and Michael Corinthos, Chad Duell, she should be happy to hear that Drew's got his attention elsewhere. On the flip side, we have Willow. If the promo is any indication, we'll see more guilt over her weird attraction to Drew. And we seriously don't feel a bit sorry for her. Mostly, we're just disappointed in the direction her story took. It makes no sense and is all kinds of creepy. It's set to be a wild day in Port Charles as tensions escalate, long-held secrets begin to unravel, and unexpected confrontations take center stage. On Tuesday, September 17, Molly Lansing Davis and her uncle, Sonny Corinthos, find themselves on opposing sides, and the fallout from their clash could have far-reaching consequences. Meanwhile, Alexis Davis steps in with a dire warning, one that could change the course of events for those she holds dearest. Molly and Sonny clash. The tension between Molly and Sonny has been brewing for weeks. Molly, always the idealist with a strong moral compass, has long been wary of Sonny's life as a mob boss. Even though he's family, Molly has never been able to fully reconcile Sonny's criminal activities with the values she holds dear. Her disdain for the darker side of his business has been a constant source of strain, but recent events have brought this long-standing conflict to a head. It all starts when Molly uncovers a dangerous secret about Sonny's latest dealings, one that could put both her and her family in jeopardy. Sonny's involvement with a new, shadowy figure in the underworld has raised red flags for her. Unlike in the past, where she might have turned a blind eye, Molly's decision to dig deeper into Sonny's affairs leads her to a shocking discovery. Sonny is tied to a dangerous syndicate that has been operating under the radar in Port Charles. The consequences of this alliance could lead to chaos not just for the Corinthos family, but for the entire town. In classic Molly fashion, she doesn't hold back. Armed with her newfound knowledge, she storms into Sonny's office, demanding answers. "How could you do this?" she accuses, her voice trembling with a mixture of anger and disbelief. "Do you even realize what you're putting us all through?" Sonny, usually calm and collected when it comes to family confrontations, finds himself at a loss for words. Molly's passion and righteous fury catch him off guard. This isn't the first time someone in the family has questioned his choices, but there's something about Molly's unrelenting stance that feels different. Perhaps it's because she's always represented the part of his life he's tried to shield from his criminal empire: innocence, morality, and the hope for a life outside of the violence he's been entangled in for years. "Molly, this is bigger than you know," Sonny finally says, his tone grim. "There are things I'm dealing with that you can't even begin to understand." But Molly isn't buying it. "That's the problem, Sonny. You always think you're the only one who can handle these situations. And in the meantime, you're dragging the rest of us down with you." Their argument escalates as Sonny tries to defend his actions, while Molly refuses to back down. What started as a tense confrontation soon spirals into a full-blown family rift. And by the end of the exchange, it's clear that this isn't something that will be resolved easily. Alexis steps in just as things between Molly and Sonny reach a boiling point. Alexis Davis arrives on the scene. Alexis, Molly's mother and Sonny's ex, has seen her fair share of Corinthos-related chaos over the years. She understands better than anyone how complicated Sonny's world can be, and she knows that Molly's current crusade against her uncle could have disastrous consequences if it goes unchecked. Molly enough, Alexis interrupts, stepping between her daughter and Sonny before the situation can spiral out of control. Her voice is firm, but there's a deep worry in her eyes as she looks between the two. This isn't the way to handle this. Molly's frustration bubbles over. "Mom, you can't keep defending him. He's putting all of us in danger, and you know it." Alexis doesn't deny it. She's long been aware of the risks that come with being tied to Sonny, but she also understands the precarious line they have to walk when it comes to his business. While she's no stranger to calling Sonny out when necessary, she knows that pushing too hard could have unintended consequences. "I'm not defending him," Alexis says calmly, trying to de-escalate the situation. "But you need to be smart about this, Molly. Going after Sonny like this won't solve anything. It'll only make things worse." Sonny watches the exchange in silence, his jaw tight as he wrestles with his own emotions. He knows Alexis is right in some ways, but he can't shake the feeling of betrayal that's settled deep in his gut. Molly, someone he's always thought of as family, is now standing on the opposite side, threatening to expose him in a way he never expected. A dangerous path forward. As tensions simmer down, Alexis pulls Molly aside, sensing the need for a private mother-daughter conversation. Away from Sonny's watchful eyes, Alexis levels with her daughter in a way only she can. "I understand why you're upset," Alexis begins, her voice gentle but filled with urgency. "But if you keep going down this road, it's not just Sonny you'll be fighting. You'll be fighting an entire world that you're not ready for." Molly bristles, her frustration still palpable. "So what? I just let him get away with it. Let him keep putting us all at risk." "No," Alexis replies, "but there are ways to handle this that don't involve putting yourself in the line of fire. Sonny's world is dangerous, and once you step into it, there's no going back. You need to be careful." Molly, torn between her need for justice and her mother's warning, struggles to find a path forward. But Alexis isn't done. "You're strong, Molly. You're smart. But you need to pick your battles. Sonny's not your enemy, not really. But if you push too hard, he could become one." The fallout. As Tuesday's episode draws to a close, the tension between Molly and Sonny remains unresolved, and Alexis's warning hangs heavy in the air. Molly's determination to stand up for what's right is admirable, but it's clear that her actions could have serious consequences, not just for her, but for everyone she loves. Sonny, meanwhile, finds himself at a crossroads. His world is becoming increasingly dangerous, and the cracks in his family's foundation are beginning to show. How long can he keep his empire intact without losing the people he cares about the most? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. The fallout from this clash is far from over. As Molly, Sonny, and Alexis navigate the treacherous waters ahead, the stakes have never been higher.